Another day, another city on the road to AAPEX. Today, I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Why, you ask? Well, I'm at AutoWares, and today I'm doing a little distribution with my friend Gage from AutoWares. So Gage, thanks for having us here today. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about what your role is here and how long have you been here?
So my name's Gage Wheeler. I'm 27. I started out with AutoWares over 7 years ago. I started out as a warehouse picker, worked my way up through the ranks, and now I'm a warehouse operations and logistics specialist.
Climbing that ladder. Mm-hmm. That's great.
It's been a long road.
Tell everybody what AutoWares does. Why am I here? I know we're talking about distribution, but what do you guys specifically do?
So AutoWares is a warehouse distributor company. AutoWares spends its time shipping to our company store locations, which are auto value to bumper. We also deal with independent customers as well. So we deal with independent stores, give them their stock orders so they can stay in business and keep the blood flowing.
Your warehouse is definitely huge. I was impressed with all the parts that are here and all the people that are working here. You know, tell us the history of AutoWares. When did this start? I know it was a family business. Tell us a little bit about that.
So AutoWares started in 1976, where our owner, Fred Bunting, bought his first building, and he started to only want to be a warehouse distributor. He didn't want anything to do necessarily with company stores. And as time went on, company stores made more and more sense, and we started growing and gaining more business and gaining more momentum to where now we have over 200 company stores and we service over 150 independent jobbers.
So tell me about some of those customers. What kind of unique needs do they have, and how does it all work day to day here?
We offer a wide amount of inventory, so we transfer multiple parts from multiple different distribution centers, sometimes making 3 different hops a night to get to the customer next day, so that in the morning, almost like magic, the parts are in the store.
That is really, really impressive. So you got a pretty large workforce here, obviously.
So we have over 2,000 employees at AutoWares.
Wow. So I couldn't help but notice, Gage, that picture back there of your parts guy on the phone with that large rack of catalogs that they would have to flip through back in the 70s to be able to find the parts to get them to the next day or wherever they needed to go. Today, technology has changed everything and how that works. Talk about how technology has helped AutoWares go from thousands of pages of catalog to where you're at today.
Every advantage you can have where you can look things up and get the answer quickly is important, and that's what gives us a competitive advantage.
I've seen you had a customer pickup area, so we can do online, or can they call, or then they can just come pick up if they really needed to?
Yes. So we do have a customer pickup area. We don't prefer that they stop at our warehouses. That's where our storefront for is downstairs. We have many inner warehouse stores where they can go and have a storefront and talk with the experts, the countermen, so that way they can get the right parts for their car and not spend all the time messing around with getting the wrong part.
I was at Tamrox Automotive in Jackson, Michigan, and I know they're one of the shops that you guys service. Talk about how important it is for shops like Tamrox to be part of your distribution channel.
They're the lifeblood of our company. They make sure that day to day we operate and we get the parts to where they need to go. And that's the most important part about distribution, is just getting the parts to the customer. If we can't do that, we wouldn't be able to function as a company. You know,
obviously right now I've got bearings by BCA in front of me. Talk about the relationship you have with these companies such as, BCA and how they help you grow.
BCA keeps coming back as one of the main names because they're that industry standard. They're that center point. There's a reason that everybody knows what BCA is.
Gotta ask, what about AAPEX? You guys gonna be stopping by?
Our product managers and our product teams will end up stopping by just to try to get the best insider industry information.
Well, that's definitely the place to do it, the AAPEX show, because there's a lot of different manufacturers that are going to be there. That's a great way for companies such as AutoWares to find out what else is coming out in the industry, some new innovations, new technologies, and how it can help your business as well. Guys, hopefully you'll get to know me at the AAPEX show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Back in the 1960s, you'd find a piece of equipment like this in most service centers. And that was before the right to repair that has become such a hot issue right now, where technicians can't get the information that they need to properly diagnose and repair today's vehicles. Unlike the 60s, which anybody could repair it. Hey, if you want the right to repair your vehicle or have your technician be able to repair your vehicle,
make sure you say something. The Right to Repair Act should be something everybody supports and gets behind. Folks at AAPEX are behind that as well. We'll see you there.
The entire weight of today's vehicle is supported on a surface smaller than a credit card, inside the wheel hub assembly. With so much riding on it, why would you use something other than OE quality replacement parts? OE quality, premium product. BCA bearings by NTN.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
And to handle extremes?
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Yeah.
Really?
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 Really. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
Introducing Nexa Motion Group, a family born to unite the most innovative businesses and brands in the automotive aftermarket. Here at NMG, we're not just changing the game, we're revolutionizing it. By bringing together TranStar Industries and top auto care experts, we're committed to delivering everything you need for aftermarket success, from top-notch parts distribution to a cutting-edge e-commerce platform. Moving forward, with the Nexa Motion Group, where cutting-edge innovation unites with exceptional service and quality products.
Leading is about more than just having advanced technology. It's about understanding and fulfilling our customers' needs at every step of the journey. We take pride in being more than just a supplier. We are your partners in progress.
My wife gets upset with me with the stuff I buy. She says that every time I take a quote home. Can't you buy anything cheaper? She goes. I go, yeah, I sure could. I said, but I'm not. It's either getting Hunter or I'm not getting one.
Everyone thinks today's EV technology is brand new. No, it's actually really old. In the early days of the automobile, they didn't always just use gasoline. Some cars were powered by other sources other than gasoline. This right here, this crazy looking Frankenstein's lab device is actually a 1906 Baker electric charging station. Because in the early days of the automobile, Baker was the leader of electric vehicles. Why? Clean, quiet, easy to drive, not dirty, and they appealed to the ladies. So you can see here, 1906, this Baker, all electric. 1904, the White Company did something very, very different. They decided to actually produce their power with steam. So this isn't a radiator right here. This is a condenser to trap some of that and put it back into the tank so they can reuse it and keep going on and on. So again, that was 1904. We still got another 1916 electric vehicle. And we're still producing electric cars in 1975 with the city car. This was big right after the big oil shortages that we had. This started to be a hot seller. Made it all the way up to number 6 in the country as one of the most produced vehicles during that time. But once the gas prices dropped and went back down and we were able to get oil again, bye-bye. And as early as 1997, you can see something as sleek as this General Motors EV1. This they produced, you could not buy it, but you could lease it. After a certain amount of time, they decided to kill the project, and almost all of these cars were returned back to GM and destroyed. Thankfully, Crawford has one here, saved, and as you can see, in beautiful condition.
For many automotive aftermarket suppliers, a lot of what sets them apart happens behind the scenes. You see it in the quality of their products, the innovation driving their R&D, and the complex strategies that go into untangling the bowl of spaghetti that is supply chain management. For BCA Bearings, a division of NTN, it's the amalgamation of these factors and so many others that puts them on speed dial for a number of OEMs out there. It sounds like a complicated endeavor, but if you ask Charles Harris, Vice President of Sales and Marketing for BCA NTN Automotive Aftermarket, and Georgianne Dickey, the company's Director of Marketing, at the end of the day, we're really just talking product, and above all, innovation.
It starts with what comes in the box, and we're fortunate to be a Tier 1 supplier, so over 90% of the product that's in our box is actually OEM product.
Because we are the world leader in OE manufacturing of wheel hubs, we work with all the OE manufacturers and we are held to the strictest standards of testing.
The thing is that it maybe sounds simple to the layman, but when you talk about seals and when you talk about our triple lip seal, it sets us aside. We always stay in the front when it comes to innovation because we really work very closely with our OEs as well.
This attention to detail and ensuring that OE quality is delivered consistently is what helps BCA Bearings maintain its reputation in the marketplace. But come on, we know Charles and Georgianne are being humble here. Quality's just what's most obvious at first glance, and it's really just the beginning. Maintaining high fill rates is equally critical, but it can sometimes be a forgotten piece of the puzzle. For BCA, it's about aligning those details and taking care of customers by always paying attention to what's going on in the marketplace.
Well, fill rates are very dependent on understanding your customers' planning and their inventory strategies as you move forward, and we have to make sure they're aligned with our distribution strategies as well. So we're fortunate that we have a lot of nearshore and onshore production, so we're able to maintain a 93% plus fill rate on a consistent basis.
A fill rate percentage like this doesn't happen by accident. The gears are always turning for Charles and Georgianne and their team to plan their next move, communicate and collaborate with their customers. It's a level of organization that allows the company to work very, very closely with the OEMs, allowing BCA to be a top innovator in the automotive aftermarket. And with the world's largest wheel hub manufacturing facility here in Elgin, Illinois, which pumps out over 40,000 units a day, BCA is well equipped to stay on task.
NTN prides itself in its engineering excellence. As a matter of fact, back in the 1950s, it was the first bearing manufacturer to ever earn the Deming Prize, which is an engineering excellence award.
The things that we've done with our OE suppliers, they sort of keep us in the forefront as to what's happening in the future. So we're always looking for new research and development, looking to make sure that we get to more lighter products in the marketplace as we move towards EVs and hybrids.
Looking ahead, despite the massive opportunities the BCA team sees in the electric and hybrid vehicle markets, they're not taking their collective eye off of their bird in the hand. There will continue to be a massive internal combustion engine vehicle market for the foreseeable future too, and the team believes BCA Bearings is on track for continued growth over the upcoming decades. Any ideas on what gives Charles that clarity? That ability to perceive his company's success far into the future? Let's see, it's an annual show, it's in Vegas, it's one of your best opportunities of the year to communicate and learn. Okay, I'd give you a hint, but I think you've got it figured out by now. It's AAPEX.
But we've been showing at AAPEX since year one. And it's very important to us to show at AAPEX. It's the one place you could go one time a year and see every major customer within 3 days. So it's a great opportunity for us, and we see a great value in going to AAPEX.
BCA is so excited to be a part of AAPEX. It is the premier show in the automotive aftermarket to announce new products, showcase everything that you have. It is a week where you'll learn what is going on in the automotive aftermarket.
Today's technicians look to the aftermarket for quality parts so they can turn their bays and get their customers back on the road. BCA Bearings by NTN provides OE quality wheel hubs, bearings, and seals to ensure that when customers come back, they come back for the great service.
Since 1927, AP Emissions has been your source for complete exhaust innovation. We're your one-stop shop for the exhaust brands you know and the quality you trust. Visit apemissions.com.
Aftermarket Armor introduces a bed liner that has a 4-hour pot life, which is twice as long as the competition, giving you the needed time to complete the job. A proprietary formulated product giving you the best UV resistance, protecting your vehicle from sun fade for years to come. Find out more at aftermarketarmor.com.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down. Experience the force of clean, pure air. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
Buckle up, AAPEX attendees. Looking for OE performance in your automotive aftermarket parts? Continental delivers. Our comprehensive aftermarket program matches OE standards, including our OE Technology Series belts. This ensures technicians can install our belts, hoses, tensioners, and timing kits with confidence. Continental, we know OE because we are OE.
Information is power, and powerful repair information makes your technicians more efficient and your shop more profitable. Introducing Mitchell One, the most trusted source for auto repair information, shop management, and marketing solutions. Mitchell One, powering shop success with complete information. That's our mission.
We are MPA, Motor Car Parts of America, a global manufacturer of light and heavy-duty rotating electric, brake parts, wheel hubs and bearings, turbochargers, and electrical component testing. MPA, the global leader for parts and solutions.
Welcome back to another episode of Road to AAPEX. I'm on the road here in Jackson, Michigan at Tamrox Automotive, where we're going to do an NTN wheel bearing replacement. We're going to walk you through the steps on how that's done and try and catch up with Michael, the owner. Stay tuned. So joining me in the garage at Tamrox is Kenny. Kenny, thanks for taking the time to join us and show us this wheel bearing replacement that I understand this car needs. So Kenny, tell us a little bit, tell the folks out there, how did you identify, or what were the symptoms of a bad wheel bearing?
Yep, customer came in, we had some noise, some whomping coming from the front of the vehicle. Okay. Took it on a test drive, confirmed that, yep, there's definitely some noise coming from up there. Noticed a little bit on load shift, could hear it kind of designated to the right side. Yep. Yeah. So we brought it in here, threw it up on the hoist, took a listen to the back side of the bearing with a screwdriver to the ear, and this side was definitely making some noise. Yep. Or a stethoscope. Yeah.
So you were able to identify that was the problem causing the customer's concern.
Yep.
So I also know you can also grab maybe the top of the strut and spin that tire.
Yeah.
And if you get a little bit of that, you can feel it through that way too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So pretty straightforward on a front wheel drive vehicle to replace the wheel bearing, right?
Yeah, not too bad. Yep.
So Kenny, why do you use NTN bearings on your replacements?
I say mainly the reliability of them. We see a lot of these come in through our shop, and we use the same parts, and we don't have a lot of comebacks, and they, they're just a good quality
last thing you
bearing.
want is a comeback too. That's going to be more time and money wasted for the shop and for you as well.
Correct.
So,
yep.
Well, I'm going to let Kenny do the heavy lifting on this one. For once, I'm not getting my hands dirty. Kenny's going to go ahead and do this wheel bearing replacement. We'll let him get to it. Thanks.
Yep.
Kenny, real quick, here, just jumping back in with you. For the people out there that are watching, relatively, you remove the caliper. That would have been a great time at that point to take a look at the brake pads.
Yep.
Rotor's off, you've got 3 bolts in the back, and you've got your axle nut. So this tool, this is going to help us remove this. Now, there's a lot of techs out there in the past who would have just started to
wail on it.
Yep. As myself included, so this is going to make it a little easier, right?
Yep, I say we'll give it a little bit. I say we just kind of put a little pressure on it and see what she'll do, and hopefully it'll, fingers crossed, she'll come right out.
Sounds good. Stay tuned. So you just did something very, very important that some people try to overlook. And you cleaned all of the surfaces here and of course where it mounts.
Yep.
And you said you usually like to put a little bit of anti-seize in.
Yeah, here in Michigan, we like to put it in there just to help get it the next.
And that's
person
okay
out,
though.
so.
But
yep.
You know, so you use that tool to remove this, and of course, the reason that happens is because of the dissimilar metals. They kind of rust and corrode, right?
Yeah.
And that's why they almost seize inside the hub here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we use that special tool, and that's why you're taking the precautions now to make sure that it goes in nicely, sits flush, there's no irregularities, and hopefully you never have to replace it again. But with a little anti-seize, it might help in the long run.
Yep.
I'll let you keep at it.
All righty.
Kenny, you made that look way too easy. But I did like the attention to detail, and I hope everybody that's watching saw that everything he did was torqued. Now, you've got a handy-dandy little cheat sheet over there I saw you using, which is great. But if you're not aware or don't know the torque,
they come in the box. There they are.
There they are. You can go ahead and scan this QR code, and you would get the specifications. Never use air tools when you're installing this. Kenny, you made it look easy. I can't thank you enough for showing this.
Yeah, no problem.
And the folks at AAPEX how it was done. Make sure you stop at the NTN booth at the AAPEX show, November 5th through the 7th. We'll see you there. And I think this car's ready to go for it too now.
Yeah, hopefully.
Thanks again, Kenny. We'll see you guys soon. So we're inside the beautiful lobby of Tamrox Automotive. Joining me is Michael Putnam, the owner of Tamrox. So, Michael, tell us a little bit about you, your company, and your business and your philosophy a little bit.
We've been serving Mid-Michigan for 27 years. We strive to give extraordinary customer service. That's our mission statement. That's what we model our whole business about.
As I was walking in, I couldn't help but notice the right to repair sticker on your window. Talk to me a little bit about how you feel about that.
We truly believe in the right to repair. We know that's the future of the independent automotive. We also understand that the dealerships don't have the capacity to be able to service all vehicles, nor do they offer the same level of service I think that most independents are striving for.
So, Michael, I've seen you have a relatively large crew of techs out there. Today, with the tech shortage and technicians kind of coming and going, and how do you keep your guys motivated? What do you do that separates you from the others?
It's not easy to find those technicians. I mean, it takes a little bit, but we create this culture, I believe, that allows them to want to stay here. We give them the highest level training to grow them so they can be the best they can be. We give them a very competitive wage to make this industry as professional as it can be. And so we don't have a rotation of technicians like maybe some shops do.
Talk a little bit about why you use NTN bearings and what does it mean to you to use such a quality part?
I mean, quality, you just said it there. I mean, we want to use quality parts. We want to continue, like everything is around our mission statement, to give extraordinary customer service. So to do that, we got to use quality parts. We got to give a good quality warranty. Quality of parts is huge for us. I mean, we're very picky about the parts that we use. We don't just put anything on there. We understand truly the cost of a comeback. We calculate the cost of all of our comebacks. So we want to make sure that that part lasts so we don't have to warranty that out because of that cost factor.
Thanks again, Michael. Hey, we had a great time today at Tamrox Automotive, going through that wheel bearing replacement and, of course, running into our friends over at NTN. We'll see you next time on the road to AAPEX. Make sure you come out November 5th through the 7th. I'll be there as well.